Brent Donaldson with Modern Machine Shop, and I'm here with Travis Gentzler, President and CEO of Welden Solutions, based out of York County, Pennsylvania. Welden Solutions manufactures CNC cylindrical grinders, as well as robotic automation systems and automated storage and retrieval systems. And because Welden just opened up for business last week after being shut down for the past 2 months, we wanted to talk with Travis to learn about what this experience has been like and to hear his story about reopening and getting his shop floor up and running again. So, hey Travis, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. It feels good to be back and have everyone running around the building again. It's a different look, but it's just great to have everyone back in the building.
Tell me a little bit about Welden. How many employees, and did I get that description right?
Description's correct. We have 40 employees right now, about half engineers, half shop, with office and sales mixed in there. But we're a small manufacturer, 40 people. We make the CNC grinders. That was our base business for a long time. We got into the automation business, it's kind of like a request by customers. And we started out loading and unloading our own machines, and we kind of worked into, all kinds of different automation packages outside the machine tool industry. So it's been a nice, I don't want to call it a side business, but it's been a nice addition to what we've done. It was a good fit for our engineers to move into.
So tell me about, let's get into what happened with your business. What was your last day of operation when you were told that you had to shut down? When was that?
Well, March 19th, I believe, we got a notification late in the day. The news started to break that the Pennsylvania Governor, Tom Wolf, had declared that all non-essential businesses shut down as of 8 p.m. that evening. I think that announcement came out somewhere around 5 p.m., basically giving everyone 3 hours to kind of figure out what was going on. We heard rumors that things were going to shut down, but it was so sudden. I did bring all of my people in the next day for a meeting and basically said, hey guys, we don't have a choice. At least for the next 2 weeks we're down, and we'll see what happens after that. But until we figure out what's going on, everyone just, take as much as you can home, grab your computers, grab, whatever you can take with you, but, everyone's got to go home. And that's how the day started on that Friday morning. And little did we know that was going to last, 9 weeks.
So you're open as of last week. Talk to me a little bit about what life was like during those 9 weeks. Did you keep any staff? Were there any staff working from home? Did you have a sales squad that was still trying to do business from home? How did that work?
Well, for the most part, my engineers and sales staff were able to work from home. It took some adjustment. We were not. I mean, I think one of the biggest problems for us was we were not prepared for working at home. So I think the first 2 weeks was really just the engineers and sales and accounting adjusting to how do I connect to the system from outside. We had the capabilities, but we ran into a lot of snags with people. Their VPNs didn't work. They just couldn't get connected. Their email wasn't working. I probably spent the first 2 weeks just on the phone with my own people, trying to talk them through, or connecting to their machine at home and actually doing all the settings for them to help them get up and running. So we basically got accomplished a lot of quoting. We had a lot of quoting that needed done. Our engineers spent a lot of time working on getting those out. We had some projects that were active. Those customers that weren't shut down, we're still looking for support. So our sales or our engineering staff was able to communicate with them and keep them up and running. As far as the building went, I was here inside the building every day answering phones, as well as my production manager.
So Pennsylvania has moved into a different phase. It's the yellow phase. I'm not exactly, I just assume that means that the state is cautiously reopening businesses. Let's talk about that. What has that been like? What was the first day back like? What precautions did you put in place before people came in the door? And what is your day-to-day, hour-to-hour situation like now?
You started a few weeks ago with, hey, if we want people back, we need to be prepared for the PPE and how are we going to separate. So, as our management team got together over Zoom and GoToMeeting, we really talked about, hey, what's going to be important. So, PPE was the big thing. We started like scouring the internet trying to find, masks, which weren't easy to find. Of course, we were looking for wipes, hand sanitizer, everything everyone's looking for. And we were lucky enough to get enough where we had a comfortable cushion to get people back and to really, make sure that we're good for a while. And of course, things are easing up. So it started with purchasing all that. What I say here is we've got a 40,000 square foot building and I've got 40 people. So I've got the space to keep everyone separated. The problem was keeping everyone separated. I looked at it as everyone's been out of this building for 8 to 9 weeks. They haven't seen each other for that long. And my biggest fear coming back was that we were going to have a lot of chatting and people wanting to get together face to face. So we put together a list of rules for the building. And what we did was we assigned everyone their own little bubble. If you're in your area, your desk area, that's your area. No one else can come into it. If you're in there having conversations, masks have to be on. Masks have to be worn throughout the building. And we reminded people. We put up signs for constant hand washing. We put up hand sanitizing stations throughout the building, and just tried to make everyone feel as comfortable as possible. We actually spent some time going around the building, taking doors, non-fire doors off their hinges so that we had less contact points throughout the building. We started, when this all kind of started before we shut down, we took doors and opened them up and just propped them open so no one had to touch them because everyone was kind of, what's going on? Are we not supposed to touch things? So we started with that, and then we went forward with that, throughout the shutdown of like, all right, we're safe to open this door and keep it open and propped, and so we had, we went through and did that as best as possible. We also assigned cleaning teams from within the building. The employees are responsible on a rotating schedule of going around and several times a day and sanitizing what we call the high touch areas, our lunchroom, our conference room, the restrooms, the doors, the external doors, and trying to keep all of that available and clean for people coming and going. We also implemented a no visitor policy. We have visitors by appointment. I'm not going to, we have an outside IT company that comes in. I'm going to still allow them, but we want to know who's coming and going inside the building without people just showing up. So, we'll keep that in place as long as necessary until the whole thing is kind of calmed down. And that's, that's for the foreseeable future for us. The first week went very well. I found myself, I thought I was going to be going around like policing everybody and, reminding them to put their mask back on. But I think, with everyone having that aspect of having masks on at home and throughout Pennsylvania, it was kind of routine. Everyone showed up with their own masks on when they walked in the door. So, that was a really good aspect of it. Everyone was kind of prepared and listened to the rules. So
yeah. So hey, Travis, I don't want to take too much of your time. I know you've got your employees back there that you need to get back to. There's a lot more we could talk about. Hopefully you've got plenty of business, and now that you're back, you're maybe playing a little catch up. I don't know. Have you got a full slate? Is your shop floor up and running?
Our floor is up and running. We had a very nice backlog going into all this, and we have a good many machines and projects on the automation side to finish. The downturn for 2 months did stall the incoming orders. So right now we're probably at 90%, heading to 100 here by next week of just getting people back up and working on projects. My concern is for later in the summer when those 2 months catch up with us as far as when those other orders that we should have gotten by now, we should be working on. We're gonna have a downturn come fall, and it's going to be one of those where we're going to be stretched for work. I don't think with the 2 months off, there's no way around that right now. We'll probably see a 20 to 30% reduction in sales this year, which we're fortunate enough to have a strong financial history in the last couple of years it's going to be able to help us get through that.
Well, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on reopening again. And yeah, keep in touch if you want to reach out and talk again. I'm happy to. And congrats. I'm glad to hear that you guys are back and up and running.
Yeah, thank you very much. We appreciate it.